interesting opening here to this best of 3 series in Group Nirvana between ThunderTalk and LGD. Talked about with TT, they should have prio in basically all of their lanes, just given the fact that they've gotten counterpick in all 3 of them. The Raptor camp, but nicely done by Climber to keep himself alive.
Ooh, Hoya.
Off that play, as you mentioned, Hoya might actually be in a bit of trouble. Using that taunt to proc the Aftershock, waiting for Aki to arrive. Remember, Climber does not have Flash anymore.
No Flash.
Which could mean he's in a bit of a dangerous spot, but Hoya can't join the fight just yet. And Climber and Sasa doing enough damage to him so far.
Ooh, what is YCX doing
made
here?
his way all the way from the bottom side to land that grand entrance and give first blood over to LGD. Hoya will die as an overheated Sasa is going to get himself a double kill.
Absolute goated roam there from YCX. I wasn't even paying attention to the minimap. What is a bird?
Sent right down to the mid lane to try to help push this wave in. And with LGD having that extra pressure right now and YCX doing a nice job to box him out, not really much that ThunderTalk can do to get into this pit so far as Climber claims the first.
They're going anyway. Climber only got 1. And there you go. He snags the second one. So they'll get the notch in their belt for the feat of dragon slaying. That's really unfortunate for ThunderTalk. They get 1, so it's not all bad because they still will have that extra damage to the turrets.
A bit on the hesitant side, knowing that XQW is in the area. I feel like overall Aki wants to make sure his bot lane has pushed in the mid lane and making sure that Satab is able to generate a little bit of extra pressure before, of course, rather gathering back to the top side to clear out that wave. So first objective, going over to TT, it will be that Infernal Drake, and that's going to be a slight win. Now you're going to see Satab maybe in a little bit of trouble. Goes between worlds and make sure that Equalizer doesn't slow him down.
It's just a trade of ultimates, nothing really ordinary.
In 2024, wanting to see him take that next step, and so far having a good sense of things against Satab, generating about a 10 CS lead. As here we go, might see a little bit of a fight here as Feather has been caught out, popped the Unbreakable Will, and soaking up a lot of damage, but now it's flash away here from the Nature's Grasp. XQW looking to go forward on that Fate Seal. It's going to use that force shot here from Savior to shut him down as well, and a snipe from downtown with a deadly flourish. It's going to allow for 1xN to fall, 2 more kills in the hands of LGD. And so LGD's lead continues to grow here in this first game, up to almost 3,000 at this point. Seeing some more skirmishes, this time XQW getting a little bit of the better of Satab. Now YCX is here, both of his Summoner's Quickness still available. Landed that taunt beautifully.
Nice.
Onto Satab, and the Aurora will be taken down before she can jump over her own ulti. 5-0 now in the hands of LGD.
At least a kill's worth of gold over their counterpart at this point, and the Dragon feels like a foregone conclusion, so much so that LGD are actually just not going to rush it. They're saying, we know they want to make a cross-map play. We're not going to let them. Let's march into the top side.
Now going to try to contest this Herald that has been started off by Aki. The Nature's Grasp from Climber. Just make sure that Aki can get nowhere near this objective as it ticks down towards 3,000 HP. Sasa in the wait, has Equalizer available as the Herald has been secured by LGD. And that Rumble ulti combined with a Fate Seal of XQW is burning ThunderTalk down for now. But they are all still alive, at least for the time being. Feather with the Unbreakable Will, Aki flashing over the wall, going to get burned down by the Leandries of Climber. And everybody but 1xN has dropped on ThunderTalk's side.
Ooh.
And with that, the force shot will make it an ace.
As Savior keeps finding his mark on these snipes, yet another kill going over to Jin. But that is just one piece of this massive trade here for LGD. As I hesitate to even call it a trade, it is just a straight up slaughter by them. They get the Herald, they walk into the top side, they get all the members of ThunderTalk, as well as a mid turret, and then they're gonna leave with a dragon as well. They are getting everything on the map. They're leaving no crumbs, Grapes.
ThunderTalk having none of it here in this game one.
You know, for my first game, as far as first games for casts go, Grapes, this is pretty great.
And right now, great for LGD as well. They're finding another massive engage. The wombo combo though from ThunderTalk is big. Maybe they stepped a little bit too far forward. Satab getting them on the board. Making sure Climber does fall as Sasa now coming in with the TP. Equalizer going to split up the fight a little bit as LGD now on the defensive. And here comes Feather, landing the headbutt pull. Hoya with a 2-man taunt, and ThunderTalk has started to answer back. A big shutdown goes the way of Aki. And now they can look for more. XQW at half HP. YCX dashes forward, but unable to find an knock-up. And now Savior is able to get a crit back. He flashes away. How much can this Jin do? Nothing after that initial kill as Satab gets himself yet another. And overall, it is ThunderTalk getting out in the better.
Hand, though, Not sure how well this is actually going to work out for them. One of the advantages of a champion like Maokai is that he can just gradually throw those saplings, keep disrupting you. And Otacon is layering down a ton of damage. 1xN taken to half already.
It's a curtain call. And yeah, already it is going to be Aki chunked down to half HP. The hero's entrance still going to knock up 2, but the fate sealed from X2W will secure the first kill as Feather will drop. LGD now fully controlling the Otacon. They'll say thanks for the leash, pick it up for themselves, and now control that major objective.
LGD have a 6-member. Otacon is straight up on their team. He half-healths 1xN. To make matters worse, a dragon is now up, and they claimed that entire side of the map, so there's no possible contest here from ThunderTalk. This will be their second, so not really a big threat for Soul just yet, but it's got to be in the back of your mind at this point, Grapes. Yeah, ThunderTalk have to tread lightly at this point. I really like that you mentioned Climber's inventory. This is, I mean, that item is basically the equivalent to the members, particularly at an extended period of time when that magic shred just continues to compound and be more of an issue.
Oh, by XQW. Going so aggressive.
Ooh,
he actually
instinct.
catches 1xN and makes him go in with the killer instinct. Aki gonna follow him as well. Hero's entrance coming out. Not gonna find a knockup, and the equalizer in response from Sauce is gonna start to burn ThunderTalk down a little bit more. In goes YCX. With that great entrance landing, a 2-man knockup, and now the re-engage from LGD can come through. Deadly Flourish lands on Ahoya. He's the first casualty, but in comes Satab. Between Worlds lands on to 4, but he will get shut down because he doesn't do any damn damage at this point in the game. LGD get themselves 2 kills at the cost of nobody with the Baron now spawned.
You know, initially my mind went to, what is this random Yone doing in front of all of ThunderTalk's screen? And then I immediately pivoted to, what is this random Aurora doing in front of all of the LGD members' screen? What is going on, Grapes? The most random fight ever, but it is still an LGD victory. We're just trying to defend against these, like you said, Grapes, Baron-empowered minions knocking at the front door now in the mid lane. They will break down the front door. The question is, can they get those inhibitors, or will ThunderTalk hold on? It feels difficult for them because, like you said, this top side is so short range. They're not really in a position to take these longer ranged waves and even really walk up to LGD at this point with 10,000 gold separating them.
Well, you got a small objective bounty, if you want to call that consolation prize. Is now XGW is at half HP. Between Worlds going out here for Satab to try to just keep himself alive. 1xN killer instinct straight into the hands of XQW, who lands 4 members with his Q3. But it's going to be that first kill going over, and ThunderTalk actually end up on the advantage at this point. 2 for 1 in that extended fight.
Actually able to threaten the dragon whatsoever. LGD immediately respawn and take their 3rd one of the game without any trouble or difference regardless of what happened earlier. Well, to imagine where that actually goes in a successful way for them. Then again, though, we didn't think that bot lane fight was going to be a success for them either, so.
A lot of resources being burned to just try to get Feather down. I guess with Sasa on the way, the equalizer going to help things out here, but Feathers and Hoya, 2 of the tankier members on ThunderTalk's side. Will it be enough, though, as they have really been singled out? Hoya flashes away. The sacrifice at this point should just be the Alistar, but XQW will land that Fate Sealed onto both. And with 2 members down here for TT, LGD have a very good chance to at least crack it open a couple of inhibs.
I mean, the wave is really, really big on that side of the map. They are coming into the base with a lot of minions behind them, so I'm wondering if maybe a double inhib is probably the play or more.
Try to clear the wave. They're going immediately onto Aki. They will take him down, but 1xN and Satab, the big damage dealers, are still alive. However, might not be enough against the big, strong 5-man squad of LGD Gaming. 1xN flashed away from the Deadly Flourish, but the Nexus is now going to be exposed, and there's nothing that TT can do about it. LGD powering through. They should be able to knock the Nexus down and take this game #1 in dominant fashion.
This is a really good game for a Misfortune. There is a lot of space creating happening from the side of Aki and Satab, and Hoya is just, Hoya and Feather, honestly, I'm going to rope them in together, are just basically going to be denying LGD.
Our gameplay, yeah, that was a big, that hit home for me here. It's might see a
memory.
top side.
Absolutely, as like you said, Sasu has to be real careful. This wave is slowly pushing in, so honestly, Aki cancels his recall. I think it's good.
Ooh, the steadfast presence that blocks the initial dash from Sasa. He's forced to flash away already. Aki can just follow up with a 3-talent strike of his own, picking up first blood for TT. And they're going to lose the Drake in response as well, as Aki now making his way over here, knowing that Climber is on the complete opposite side of the map.
Yep, so Climber Not really going to be able to contest it. Finally has that Cyclone unlocked, but really only has a Sheen. So I still don't think that's going to help you in the damage department, kiddo. Which will mean Aki takes this dragon for free. Still has that kill advantage. So I would imagine after this, might just look to either recall or cross over mid and prepare to fight for these grubs coming up in about a minute. We talked about the grubs maybe not being focused on spawn. They are going to be focused on spawn, and it is going to be LGD claiming those basically uncontested grapes.
Until Aki has now shown up. And 1xN actually rotating first as Xavier's currently in base, so could make things a little bit interesting here. Climber dashes away after claiming that second grub. It'll be a very similar situation to that first game with LGD getting 2 and ThunderTalk picking up the leftover.
He complete his cull and can't really get an item for himself ahead of this dragon. And speaking of dragon, it's spawned and both of these teams are gravitating toward bot side.
Oh, Hoya just immediately wall-banging Xavier into the wall, but on the backside of things, it's Sasa targeting 1xN, knock up on double, and there's the 3-man cyclone that comes through from Climber with this Trinity Force in hand. XQW picks up kill number 2 of the fight. And ThunderTalk are forced to flee. LGD now control the Dragon Pit as a shockwave lands on XQW, and ThunderTalk want to make a bit of a trade. Thrusting card comes out, a knockup will land, and Aki will claim another kill. He flashes on out to safety as LGD have lost another man. YCX is at 300 HP, Savior at half as well. SaTab looking to chase, doesn't have that shockwave available anymore. Dredgeline from downtown will pick up feats of warfare for TT, and they're still fighting, they're still brawling, but now LGD will get right back into the win column by claiming everybody. A delayed ace for them, as now they will finally pick up the Drake as their prize.
And it's an extended fight. It's a messy team fight at the end of the day, Grapes, but still, it is LGD coming out on top. They will claim their first dragon of the game. Actually outscale Orianna. So you want to make use of that goal difference. You want to make use of that power difference between the two mid laners as quickly as possible, as many times as possible.
And Feather misses Dredgeline. That means he's going to be very vulnerable. Immediately LGD jump atop him. And YCX actually the one to claim a blood there. And now the next target will be SaTab. He's dueling XQW, but that 1v1 won't be one for much longer.
Because that top side is owned by LGD. You can see that XQW actually slightly cancels his recall just so that he's present around that part of the map. And yeah, free Herald, but what's going to come after it?
He lands a knockup on a YCX. He does have his flash. Going to try to get to the pit as quickly as possible, but will not be able to as SaTab gets kill number 2. So ThunderTalk get a small consolation of just the support, but it comes at the cost, of course, of that Rift Herald going down.
Yeah, still definitely worth it for LGD at the end of the day. Not only do they get the Herald as... Oh, hang on. What is going on?
Like CW's back. Teleport's going to come in from Sasa, and Climber's on the way. Doesn't have the Cyclone, and a Realm Warp is here. XQW just going to get hooked.
Oh, hang on.
He should not have taken that ulti in, as Hoya going to be the one to claim the kill, and now the target can't be Sasa. Here's the heroic charge. There's all the damage, all the crowd control that you need to take that Mbessa down, as TT find themselves 2 kills onto the solo laners.
Counterparts, and they are making moves. It's 2 on the top lane. And now LGD, they're forced to make a play mid to try and break down this turret. They'll be successful, but look, there's a fight possibly.
Oh, 1xN though. He gets targeted by Climber, who immediately dashes upon him. Going to survive though with the peel of the Nautilus. Aki going to survive a little bit, but it will eventually go down. Keeper's Verdict will knock away one, but already 2 members have gone down on ThunderTalk's side. So LGD find themselves a nice play and respond. Next Drake being spawned.
And it is just this part of the river owned by LGD, though you can see Hoya. Let's see what he does.
Oh, flash heroic charge onto YCX. That's a Braum, gonna be pretty tanky as Climber gonna get sent in with the Realm Warp, but he gets immediately crowd control knocked up. And now 1xN getting targeted by the potent execution. In comes the flash in from Climber to lock down the MF. Feather should drop as well, and already it's 2-0 in favor of LGD. But the rest of the fight could go well for them as SaTab finds the first kill onto the Wukong, but he gets taken down by XQW. Now it is the top side of the map for TT to try to save it for them, and they do so already. Keeper's Verdict doesn't connect. Savior still in the back line, but right now Hoya and Aki are ripping apart Sasa.
Savior?
The 3 talent strike connects. Savior is going to not go down. No, he does. Aki gets the kill. It's a double for the Xin, and somehow ThunderTalk win 4 for 3. Year in the LPL, really stepping up here in that last team fight, as they are now the big Playmakers, the big winners for this team. The Dragon actually was never taken. It's secured by Aki.
What's
but
going
now
on?
Climber has taken the Hex Gate over the wall. XQW has been caught out as SafeTap is looking to chase him down. But in comes the flank on the other side. Cyclone will land onto 3. And the depth charge will knock people up. But the bullet time comes through from 1XN. But it's not able to take a kill just yet as Aki's actually the first one to fall. Climber is ticking dangerously low. Burning down. But will survive. As the Otacon's already melting those resistances as the teleport comes in from Sasa. No public execution available on the Mbessa. Will be a big engaged tool off the table. That Otacon's down at 4,000 HP.
no way in.
Hoya with the Keeper's Verdict going to send Climber out and make sure that objective is secured by Aki on the Xin Zhao.
The Otacon pit. Hoya was charging his ult. The Poppy was ready to knock him away, so he just decides to leave. He does Poppy a favor, saves her the energy of having to swing that giant hammer that's double her height. But nonetheless, it is an Otacon claim for ThunderTalk, so a massive advantage is, ooh.
Oh, Realm Warp!
What are we
3
doing?
people just sent under the tier 1 without a wave, and somehow it's gonna work! SafeTap already going down!
What?
And they just get out for free! XQW giveth, XQW taketh away. These Realm Warps have been insane, man. Some for the better, some for the worse. Should never have worked out there. That they get a kill off of SafeTap there.
Has those traps, and he's not really able to place them, so it's difficult for LGD to fight this, I think, in a proper way. He's trying to divide it a little bit, but still, that's within hitting range.
Only knocking away the Braum, but it still has a numbers advantage. Hook lands here onto
gonna get
XQW, but not going to take enough damage.
Ooh.
Who's going to get the Dragon? Secured by Climber, but he goes down to the MF. 1-0 in favor of TT so far. The Realm Warp gets canceled. XQW and Savior will drop as it's another kill picked up for SafeTap, and TT can march towards the Baron.
5 steps ahead here, Graves. They're playing 5D chess. They'll claim
remember.
that objective. Climber's not up.
They take it slowly. I thought maybe Sauce was going to go in and try to farm a clip. Not going to happen. Going to be Aki smiting this one away. Hoya also claiming the bot lane tier 1. Gold swing now in favor of TT. It was 2K in favor of LGD. Now it is 3K here. Play grouped up really well in the 5v5s. Becomes very difficult unless LGD find a flank, and they're looking for that just right now with XQW and Climber coming through with the Realm Warp. They're just trying to stall out time. They know that Hoya's on the way. Another ult here from Sasa does not connect, but Climber has come in with the Cyclone, but it is all too late as SafeTap picks him up. XQW on the backline has 0 chance. That's just a double kill already picked up here for the Ori. XQW gonna get one back. He goes golden, but will eventually go down to Aki. He pops the sad beast, says thank you for your time, and ThunderTalk will control the fight.
And is it a flank if the enemy team knows they're getting flanked, Graves? I think not, as ThunderTalk just eviscerate LGD's attempt at trying to turn this game around. It was a last-ditch effort, but now the only ones in a ditch are LGD, as their inhib on that bot side will be taken. The supers will be pouring in. It's good timing too, as the Baron is less than a minute from falling off, so they maximize the amount of gold. You know, kind of turn this team around. Would he be the guy that could succeed Beichuan after he got called up to BLG when that happened? And you know, people have had mixed answers, but LPL equivalent is of an ARAM, but certainly feels like LGD need to try and look for a strategy that isn't that. Is this is something that I think is nice from Caitlyn, just kind of denying that siege, and now that you don't have Baron empowered minions, it will be a bit difficult for you to actually fully push in that wave. It's just a question of if LGD can actually stall out long enough.
What is he doing? He's just sitting all the way under the tower, gets chunked really low and has to flash away.
For it just yet, but yeah, a bit of a scary misplay there from the ThunderTalk top laner. Almost costs him his life, and probably would have been gold into Saviour's pocket, who, like you said, now has 3 items, is very scary on the Caitlyn if given the opportunity to free hit super cautiously, so much to the point where I think ThunderTalk just get this Baron. I don't really think there's a way for LGD to enter this pit.
Six are trying. Climber is as well. Already a Keeper's Verdict knocking away the Braum, and XQW just face tanking for now, but already Hoya has dropped. In goes Climber with the ultimate on the backline, and finally the perfect execution connects, and it is going to be a public death at that. Another kill picked up for Sasa. LGD somehow are going to just completely wipe the floor with TT off of a beautiful engage from Sasa and Climber. Feather, the only remaining survivor. Is that the end of the series?
You can't see me currently because my cam is not active on the screen. My mouth is open right now. I am absolutely amazed as Sasa is okay, thank God. He's going to win the 1v1 against the support. What? Hang on. No, go back. Wait, wait. What?
It doesn't matter what Satsu's doing. The game is just going to end. LGD were held in their own base for so long. They win one fight around the Baron, and they just 2-0 the series over ThunderTalk.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.